Hello, okay, today we're going to be flying the Condor Competitive Soaring Simulator, but something a little bit different. Like you saw there, we're going to be flying the Fox, which is the aerobatic glider, which is quite difficult to fly and quite crazy. Um, First segment here, we're going to be just on tow, so I'm going to speed that up, but first, um, I want to show you the down here, right here. We have an oversized G meter because we can pull some serious G's in this, -8 and +12, which, I mean, that would be pretty crushing. Um, you'll see at the end that we managed to do -5 and +9. So we should be taking off here. Now we're just going to call the tow plane, and here I'm going to stop the recording and speed the segment up. Okay, so speeding it up has made the video a bit choppy. Sorry about that, but I wanted to compress 7 minutes of just tow into like 1 minute. Well, might be 2 minutes, but you know, I just wanted to get up there quickly and get into the fun. Considering how aerobatic this thing is and how reactive and crazy sensitive it is, it was a very smooth tow, all things considered. Yeah, I kept it pretty well in line and just maintained a fairly smooth control. Did jerk around a little bit, you know, with flying through some of the, you know, the heavy thermals and everything, but okay, so where is it? We're over the river, which is the border between America and Mexico, and I bet you can't tell which side's which. I bet you won't be able to guess the whole ride unless you're really from that area and very familiar with like some of the landmarks. Really get up near the crazy area. So I mean, this whole area would be completely disrupted with this like big, ugly, hideous wall with like Trump plastered every 30 yards on it or whatever he's going to do. You know he's going to be like, you know, marking his territory with his like brand. Because that's really the only reason he wants to build a wall, is to have some like Great Wall of Trump to last, you know, for the ages that you can be proud of, you know. So sorry this tow was taking so long. I thought I would have been off of it by now. Let's see here. We got 3 minutes in the actual game time, so maybe I swear I did shrink the 7 minutes down into like 1 minute or 2 minutes, and I definitely feel like I've been talking longer than that. Oh gee. I hope I didn't do something stupid like, no, I didn't. I don't, definitely know I just compressed the toe. I should have compressed it a lot more. Okay. So now we're off tow. We are going to climb this thermal first of all to get good and high so that we can do some aerobatics and have some fun. So that's going to also take a few minutes. But if you see up ahead that big gap, that is the area that Trump's wall will go through. Okay, so while we're climbing here, I'm going to grab another video and toss it in here that shows you the actual gap. Okay, so here you see some of the really beautiful but incredibly rough terrain that Trump's wall would not only destroy but would be an engineering nightmare to attempt to put a wall through this. Yeah, it's an incredibly beautiful area. Just so much and rugged as hell. I mean, can you imagine Mexicans coming to this country and the only way they can possibly get around the wall is to try to carry everything they own over this? You know, scale these walls that are rough as hell, and I would say at least a couple 100 feet high. Yeah, I think it's completely insane to try to build a wall here and destroy all this. Plus, I mean, it would just be a travesty. So that little break there to take a look at the terrain did not exactly fill up all the time it was going to take to climb to the cloud base, but we're getting closer and closer. I'm amazed I was able to soar this as well as I could. Considering it does have a very poor performance as far as like for cross country flying and climbing and whatnot, and it doesn't even have an audio barometer, so you have to really feel it and watch the barometer. Anyway, so we're getting pretty close to the clouds, and as soon as I enter the clouds, we'll pull some G-force first of all, just for fun. And we're going to do some more of that over the gap as well. And you're not going to believe where I ended up landing. It was pretty crazy. So, we're getting real close to the clouds, just about to touch the clouds here. And then we'll just, I wouldn't say do aerobatics, we'll just try to pull some G-force. Because there was definitely no smooth loops or spins or anything. It was all just jerking around.
keep stealing my water.
But any second now we should be getting to the clouds, and then I'll start doing some aerobatics or whatever. Okay, so we were just touching the clouds, and so first we're going to pull it down into a dive and then jerk it around a little bit. There's only 2 Gs. No, wait, 4 Gs. 5 Gs. Try to pull some negative Gs there too. Got 5 negative Gs. I would like to have done an inverted loop and some actual aerobatics, and that's just doing a cross the control stall, straight into a dive. Anyways, I'm just having a little fun jerking around here, trying to pull some G-force, and then we're going to zip on over here to the gap, to that area that I just showed you the photos of, which is there. Yeah, see, I just pulled 6 Gs and negative 5, almost. Just pause it to take a look at it. All right. I would really love to learn to fly this thing and actually do good aerobatic show. I mean, I want to figure out how to do inverted flat spins and stuff like that. I mean, like, that would be amazing. But it is tricky. It's a tough ship to fly for sure. But it is a blast because it. I was just. Yeah, there we go. A little 7. I'm just trying to like pull some G's is all, just to see what kind of G-force I can pull. And I did manage to pull 9 by the end of the run. You are going to be blown away by where I land. I was blown away by where I landed. So the smoke, I have the smoke streaming from the, and I'm kind of deciding whether I want to do another climb before I get there. And geez, if I do, I'll show you some more photos. Just because I did lose a fair bit of altitude there just playing around. Yeah, I am going to do one more climb first. So that's probably gonna take a couple minutes. Let me just skip ahead to the next fun section, and I'll just clip it, trim out the boring stuff. Okay, so I decided I'm just going to instead speed up the thermaling because, you know, you get a good all-around view of the area, like the river, the mountains, you know, the whole border. And the thermal just will take a few seconds then because of the speeding up. And now we're done, and let's pull some more G's. All right. Alright, so I should just be pulling out the thermal now. Oops, there we go. Storing it a little bit. I'm sorry, I thought I trimmed it at the right spot, but right about here. Now we should go back into some quick little aerobatics, and then we're going, you know, just a bit. There's the gorge that we're going to go over. Alright, so first I'm going to try to give us a little inverted view of flying over it. And I forgot to look, no, I didn't. There we go. And since I'm not really looking up, looking ahead, I'm just having to listen to the sound of the air, which obviously you can't hear, but to kind of control my speed. Now keep in mind we are at a few thousand feet above, well, several thousand feet above the gorge there, so you can estimate how high it is. You know, it's fairly high. Don't worry, we're going to do little airbags and get in for a closer look first. We're going to do a nice deep stall. Come on, stall. Thought we were. Couldn't quite remember what I was doing. Because the sound on the original sucked. The sound from the video just kind of was all messy and kind of made it really hard to hear. So anyways, next time I do a pull round. Now this is the stall that I did. Okay, there's the stall, and now if we swing back around, well, I'll leave it for surprise. But there's an area right below us where we land, and it'll surprise the hell out of you. It's right there. Oh, there I was. See how the stick is shaking like crazy? I was over speeding. I was actually at the V&E and I was very close to ripping the wings off. There, look. I don't know. Okay, that was a stall. I saw it go past the V&E, like, but it was actually from the stall side, like, because the dial goes all the way around, you know. So um, the red line, you can be flying below it, which is actually when you're in a stall, um, and can't fly above it or you rip the wings off. And yeah, I mean, besides going weightless, you know, at the top of stalls and everything, you can pull some serious G's, like pulling out of it, or even negative G's if you like push over. I think that's where I landed. Now, like even if he builds the wall over the top of this, it's still through like a national park, but like the terrain is way, way rougher, you know, even at the top than this makes it look. This only shows you the topography, not the actual roughness as you saw from the photos. And so now I think I'm looking around trying to figure out where the hell am I going to land, because I am going to have to land at some point soon. And then I just make a decision that was probably insane, because I'm getting low, and it's like, do I head off into the lower lands, you know, which I can maybe reach and hope to find an area that has no trees, or do I do this? Now, I've committed to it because I can't use I'm using full spoilers and it's not enough. I'm also doing a nice big slip, because where I have to land has to be pretty precise. And I am really struggling a little bit with this ship. I took the slip out. A slip is when you use opposite aileron and rudder to kind of present the side of your plane to the wind to make it come down quicker. And I'm mostly under full spoilers. I might be taking it off a little bit now. Just still trying to bring it down quick. I know I have an upslope, so it'll stop really quickly. I think I actually stalled from like a foot off the ground. You know, so it just settled down nicely, and there you go. That's how you land in the craziest place imaginable. And as you see, the G-force 9 positive and still 5 negative. But so that was fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. Nice little ride over where Trump is going to try to put a wall, and we'll have a real hard time. See you next time.